Hey guys, Justin Troy here. So today we're going to be going over fundamental Thai boxing techniques. If you've seen the previous video, the foundations video, you should know your stance. You're right-handed like me. Right leg is in the back, hands are up by your face. Starting off with that march, feeling your feet forward and back and side to side. We're going to warm up with a little jab cross to start off. I'm going to push off my rear foot forward into that jab, twisting that foot, hip, and shoulder of that rear leg into that cross and pulling back. Jab, cross, pulling back. Jab, cross, pulling back. Jab, cross, pulling back. Easy. And 1 minute jab, cross, warming up. Jab, cross. Jab, cross. Jab, cross. Jab, cross. Keep going. Make sure when you're punching, that you're punching about your face level. You don't want to punch down here because you're going to train yourself to only be good at punching lower than your face. So you want to be able to punch where your head is. Jab to the face, cross to the face. And the rhythm, jab, cross, jab, cross, jab, cross, jab, cross, jab, cross. Really twisting into it. You can move around. Those of you a little bit more advanced, start moving your feet in, out, sideways, jab, cross, moving. Always staying in your stance no matter how you move. Jab, cross, jab, cross, jab, cross, jab, cross, jab, cross, jab, cross. Moving around, jab, cross, and time. Jab, cross isn't always the same. So speed, and power. If you're going for speed, you want tight fist, and you want your arms relaxed. So you want to try to rotate more into the hips and use your body to whip the shot off your core. My speed, jab, cross, and I'm going to do 2 for power. Really staying low, sinking in and driving my legs into the floor to launch the shot out. Speed, and power for 2. Let's do that drill for a minute. Ready, and go. Jab, cross. Pull back, and power. 1, 2, 1, 2. Power. 1, 2. And time. Owning a little bit more of the boxing and the Thai boxing and the footwork as well. We're going to do the same thing with the jab, cross, hook. I throw my jab, pushing off that rear foot, twisting that back foot, hip, and shoulder for that cross. And I'm sitting on my right leg, or my rear leg, to throw that hook coming around. Just the jab, cross, hook. 1 minute, and go. Jab, cross, hook. 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 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. One hand is always up with every punch. Jab, cross, hook. Moving around. The reason why I always emphasize moving around, this isn't rock'em sock'em robots. The best defense is to not be there, is to be out of the way. Jab, cross, hook. Stepping left, stepping right, jab, cross, hook. Also known as the 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Jab, cross, hook. 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 And time. Keep bouncing, keep bouncing. Building on top of that combination, we know the jab, the cross, and the hook. First 4 fast, 1, 2, 1, 2, then hook, cross for power. Then we're gonna put it all together. For speed, ba, 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 ha, ha. For speed, 1, 2, 3, 4, hook, cross. As you're throwing that combination, a tendency that people have is that they'll throw, and by the last 2, they're up on their tippy toes, and they're gonna fall forward. You do not want that. You wanna be able to stay in place, and using your legs to be able to shove yourself in and out of danger. 1, 2, 1, 2, hook, cross, right back. Moving around, 1, 2, 1, 2, hook, cross. Jab, cross, hook, cross. Jab, cross, hook, cross. Keep it up, keep it up. Jab, cross, hook, cross. 1, 2, 1, 2, hook, cross. 1, 2, 1, 2, hook, cross. Moving out of the way. 1, 2, 1, 2, hook, cross. And time. In Thai boxing, we have the T. I'm going to use my lead leg, the leg that's in front. The part of the foot that you want to teep with, that you're actually hitting with, is that ball of the foot. You're pointing that front leg at your target. I'm just kind of throwing my hips and popping the ball of my foot straight ahead and as long as possible. So once again, lead leg T. And it's okay in Thai boxing to drop the hand just a little bit. Just enough to get a little bit more launch into that kick, and your hands are coming right back up for recovery. T. T. Let's practice 10 of those. 1, 2, 3. It should be like your jab. 4. Nice and fast. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have the front leg teep. We also have the rear leg teep. Rear leg teep. Knee comes up the same way. Pointing my knee at my target and stomping out with the ball of my foot. Rear leg teep. Rear leg teep. From the side. Let's do that together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The front leg teep and the rear leg teep are not the same distance. When I throw my front leg teep, it's about right here. When I throw my rear leg teep, I get a lot more distance. My base leg is already close to my target, offering me a lot more reach. They're each going to have different combinations. And first combination, front leg teep, I'm going to step in 1 step, jab, cross. The reason why I want to step, my leg's longer than my arms. So from here, front leg teep, landing, jab, cross, back. Front leg teep, jab, cross, back. 2 minutes straight. Front leg teep, jab, cross, coming in, back out. Teep, in, out. Teep, in, out. If you have a line, that usually helps. So I can teep, landing behind the line, stepping past it, and landing behind that line. Teep, in, out. 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 Make sure you're not falling forward. So when I teep, I don't want to fall. If they're throwing a shot, you got to be able to recover no matter what. Teep, in, then out. Teep, jab, cross. Teep, jab, cross. And I don't really like to teach the front leg teep with a step to teep, because by the time you step, the person's going to feel your intentions and it's going to either back up, and if they're very well trained, they're going to step to the side. Teep, jab, cross. 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 And time. Combination for that rear teep. I throw my rear teep. Now I gotta funnel my weight in. Even with one step, I might be too far. Now that rear leg is gonna be really strong when you front kick somebody. When you land it, expect them to get knocked back a little bit, if not fall. Rear leg teep, boom. I gotta come in, I can use 1 or 2 jabs, bop, bop, to funnel in, jab, cross, back, back. So you wanna take 2 steps back now. I throw that rear leg teep, bop, coming in, jab, jab, big cross, back, back. One more time and then we're gonna get started. Rear teep, jab, jab, big cross, back, back. 2 minutes. Rear teep, jab, jab, cross, back, back. Rear teep, jab, jab, cross, back, back. From the front. Rear teep, jab, jab, cross, back, back. 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 Rear teep, bop, bop, boom. Hup, 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 hup. Rear teep, jab, jab, cross, back. Rear teep, bop, bop, bop. Rear teep, bop, bop, bop. Bop, bop, bop. Rear teep, jab, jab, cross, and tie. Rear leg roundhouse in Thai boxing. My hands are up. I'm taking that fighter stance and I'm low. I step, I point, and with this arm and this leg, I chop. So if I'm aiming at the camera, I chop with my arm and my leg. I want to chop that camera in half, like it's a scissor. I step, point, jump on top of this leg, chop. And that's the roundhouse. A lot of people will teach you to pivot on this foot. Pivoting on the foot without having to step, you're gonna lose a little bit of power. Would a baseball bat hurt more if I swung it this way or if I swung it that way and I drove through it with that step? Now make sure when you're doing this kick that you have enough space in your crib. Let's practice 10 of those, roundhouse. 1, back to your stance. 2, back to your stance. 3, back to your stance. 4, back to your stance, getting tall on top of the baseline. 5, back to your stance. 6, back to your stance. 7, back to your stance. 8, back to your stance. 9, back to your stance. And last one, back to your stance. We just went over that right leg roundhouse. We also have a left leg roundhouse. My hands are up. I'm going to step. I'm stepping literally outside my hip. So if my hip is here, I'm stepping here. Boom. Point my elbow, and then I bounce into that position for that roundhouse. Step, kick. Step, kick. Let's do 10 together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to start with my first combination, the first 3 punches, the jab, cross, hook, into that rear leg roundhouse. That's 2 minutes. Jab, cross, hook, rear leg roundhouse. And back to your stance. If you have a chair, you can place the chair in front of you. Jab, cross, hook, and make sure you're not kicking into the chair, you're kicking over it. Jab, cross, hook, rear kick. And back to your stance. To separate the boxing and the kicking, when I box, I'm sitting on my legs. When I'm kicking, I want to get tall. I really want to drive this foot into the floor as I'm kicking. Jab, cross, hook, tall. And that's how I get power in my legs. Jab, cross, hook, rear kick. And back to your stance. Now make sure you're not spinning all the way around and losing control. By the time I spin around, boom, I'm getting hit. Whereas if I do this, I can still save myself. Jab, cross, hook, rear kick. 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 Another angle this way. Jab, cross, hook, rear kick. Jab, cross, hook, kick. Jab, cross, hook, kick. Jab, cross, hook, kick. Jab, cross, hook, kick. A few more. Jab, cross, hook, kick. Jab, cross, hook, kick. Jab, cross, hook, kick. And time. There you have it, the roundhouse. And we have 2 legs. I'm going to start off with my jab cross. Whereas my cross is coming back, I'm stepping into that kick. More traditional Thai boxing, a little bit more traditional kickboxing. They like to switch. What I don't like about the switch, for beginners, they don't really know the spacing. So a lot of them will switch and still try to pivot for that kick. If you're going to switch, as you're switching, that same position I told you before, when I switch my feet, I'm already rotating this foot, and notice it's outside my hip. It's not in here. Once it's in here, I'm going to lose balance. Switch, my heel's off the ground, and I'm going to point my elbow here, and all I got to do is bounce my leg into that roundhouse position. If I do it fast, bah, bah, shoo, doing that jab, cross, step, kick, and going right into it, bah, bah, boom, just like that. Jab, cross, step, kick, and back. 2 minutes. Jab, cross, step. Jab, cross, step. Jab, cross, step. Now watch me from the side. I don't shorten my range because I'm kicking, right? Jab, cross, step. Everything is still long. Jab, cross, step. 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 Keep going, guys. Now, make sure when you're doing this combination that you're not jab crossing towards the camera and then kicking this way. Make sure if you're aiming at the camera, you're also kicking at the camera. Keep going. Jab, cross, step. Jab, cross, step. Jab, cross, step. Jab, cross, step. No matter what, keep your balance. In shadow boxing, balance is the most important thing. Jab, cross, step. 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 And time. Talk about defensive today. Sometimes the best defense is offense. If someone's trying to throw a roundhouse at me, I like to teep to get them off me, because a straight shot beats a round shot at any time. What other defense can you use for the roundhouse? Is the lean back. If someone's throwing a punch at you, you do not need to drop both hands, you just need to lean back. Just like that. Because that punch will clear. They're trying to hit you with the end of their knuckles. A little dip back will throw them off their game. However, if it's a roundhouse, on the roundhouse, this whole part of their shin is used to kick with. So if they're aiming this part of their shin at your head, just a little bit of a lean back ain't gonna cut it. For the roundhouse, if someone's trying to kick my head off, I'm going to take a step back with my rear leg and really clear out of the way. So I don't know if you can see it on your camera angle, but I'm really getting out of the way. I like to drop that front hand. If you've been in fights before, when you're leaning back and you forget to drop that hand, you get kicked here or here, it hurts. It hurts a lot. Make sure you clear that hand. The hand that's in the back, that's gonna be the one that's going to cover up. If the person's kicking me on this side, what I'll do is I'll adjust my hand and protect my head on this side in case their toes slap my head or whatever. It's not gonna hurt too bad, but it's annoying. If they're trying to kick me on this side, I'm keeping this hand up right next to my head and I'm leaning back. But the front hand, it's hard to keep it close to you without getting kicked because it juts out so much more. So let's put that into a combination where I throw a jab cross and I lean back. Jab cross, lean back. And notice that foot dipping in and right back to position. You're gonna need that back foot, especially if you want to counter. I throw my jab cross, lean back. Jab cross, lean back. Jab cross, putting the hand on this side, back. Jab cross, 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 back. Now let's talk about a counter. Very common counters. I throw that jab cross, bah, bah. I lean back and they miss, bing, and I crack them with that cross coming in. Kind of like a bow and arrow. The rope gets pulled back, the rope gets let go, bing, and I spear them with that cross down the pipe. Another counter off that lean back is I throw that jab cross, bah, bah. I lean back, countering with that roundhouse. Once again, counter I could use after that lean back, jab cross, lean back, getting on top of the leg for that kick. I have my jab cross, I pull, I'm just gonna relax. Second time I do it, I have my jab cross, I pull, big cross. Third time I do it, I have my jab cross, pull, into that roundhouse. Jab cross, pull. Jab cross, pull, punch. Jab cross, pull, kick. Jab cross, lean back. Jab cross, pull, punch. Jab cross, pull, kick. Jab cross, back. I pull, Fake cross. And time.